Dan Collins from the Dan Collins Report for Traders Exclusive. And today I want to talk a little bit about binary options. Binary options are basically a yes-no question. They're priced from $0 to $100. There's only one exchange that is registered to trade binary options today, and that's Nadex. You can trade binary options on stock index futures and on currencies. Basically, they ask a question: will the market reach this point by a specific date or time? And if it does, then it will close at 100. If it doesn't, then it'll settle at 0. In between is a mathematical equation of basically of the odds of where it's going. So if it's above where the market is right now, chances will be, the price may be 50, 60, but it gives you a really strong idea of where the odds are, which is really great for beginner traders. One, your risk is known. If you're buying something at $60, you know that you're risking $60. If that expires at 0, you know what your chance of profit is. You don't have to wait to expiration. You may expect a move in the interim before the close and take advantage of that. But it's a yes or no question, and it's a really good way to start. But it's also a way that if you're in those markets, that perhaps you can more effectively hedge your risk. Perhaps there's an economic report coming out. You can hedge that risk through that number, and not take a loss if there's a huge number and the market spikes. But there's one other element of binary options that I really want to talk about, and that is as a measure of sentiment. Basically, if you're following these markets, you can look at these prices on the different contracts that have different expirations and at different prices where it would go, and you can see the kind of through the movement of the markets, the sentiment and what people are thinking. Now, I have a really interesting anecdote to tell you about this. It was about a year ago during the presidential elections. I was watching the last debate, and at the end of it, I really got tired with the cable news outlooks, how they represented it, because they each had a point of view, and you got one side saying this person won, the other side saying something else. I got frustrated, and something popped in my head. There was another market. It was in trade sports. It has since been banned by the CFTC, but they had contracts on the presidential election on each state, and I went on that and saw that last debate, most people thought President Obama had won, and his numbers went up a little bit. And it became addictive, so the rest of it I would kind of follow. I didn't want to listen to the various sides. I wanted to see what people trading, putting their own money at risk, thought about it. And it's been proven over time that that's a much better measure of, of where something will go than your any analyst that you can look to. You look at what people are doing with their money. And when I looked at that contract on the election, it really proved it, because a couple weeks before, on October 25th, a group of 80 CEOs had said that they were open to higher taxes. That was a part of the debate that the Republicans wanted to freeze any tax increase. A group of 80 CEOs who said, yes, we need to cut spending, but we also need to raise some revenues. And that created a significant bump for President Obama, because it seemed to have said that business leaders don't think it's the end of the world if some of these rates go up. And looking back further, you could see that the president had a huge lead in the first quarter when we had 3 consecutive months of 200,000 plus growth in non-farm payrolls. Then the economy stalled again. The numbers were under 100,000, and his numbers plummeted. And you can see through the contract on the in-trade site that the trading represented the movement much better than most polling information at the time. So whether you're new to trading and you want a safer alternative, or if you're a serious trader and you want to see a mark of sentiment, go to the NADEX site and look at the binary options. It will help you in your trading. This has been Dan Collins for Traders Exclusive. See you next time.